Hey there, hope that every one of you is hale and healthy. This is Mr. Dach, I'm your friend. Today, I'd like to answer one of the most frequently asked questions. Majority of trainings, I come across people asking this question. Say, how do I identify whether I'm a leader or not? How do I identify my higher authority is actually a leader or not? And this question basically comes up when I deal with leader and leadership. So now I'd like to give the answer to this question. What do I do when they ask the question? My dear, it is not just identifying yourself or the person communicating with you. You can also identify any other two people talking to each other. Great. How, sir? Now, the answer is simple. If any two friends come together, what do they talk about? Friendship. If any two lawyers come together, what is their focus of talk? Legal proceedings, cases. If any two business people come together, what do they talk about? About business. If any two parents come together, what do they talk about? Their children. If any two lovers come together, what do they talk about? Their love. If any two ambitious individuals come together, what do they talk about? They talk about leadership. Which means people who talk about ambitions, people who talk about aspirations, people who talk about progress, people who talk about growth, people who talk about going great in their lives are called leaders. This is called a leadership talk. If any people talk about this, if any people are moving around this topic, they are leaders. Wow, this is one concept. Concept number two. How do I identify whether a person is a leader or not? Now, let's say 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 friends come together. They're planning to watch a movie. I'm talking about a general, simple, easy concept or day-to-day life happening. If any of a set of friends are planning to go to a movie, they talk about many things which show availability of money, availability of tickets, booking the tickets online or directly going up, plenty of things. After all the discussion, still they cannot come to a conclusion. But when a particular candidate comes up and says, without considering anything or without having any kind of long torture of talk, it just gives a simple dialogue. Today afternoon or today evening for the first show, we are all going to the movie. Then there won't be any discussion. All of the participants will accept and they just disperse with that thought. If you are in that position, if you have that value among your friends, if you are able to make this kind of impression among the people around you, you are a leader. Now, let me tell you, this respect, this value, this consent, this conclusion or bringing the people to that conclusion doesn't happen overnight. It's a very big, long process. It depends upon the trust that you created. It depends upon how you have been talking to them, how you have been dealing with them in multiple things. That's logical. And one of the participants have rightly asked a question. Sir, sometimes I feel and I identify a few of my friends appear as they're already leaders. They appear as born leaders. Exactly. Let me declare once again, every human being by birth is a leader. Sir, if that's the case, why I am not able to be identified? Why so and so person is able to? Exactly, that's what I'm going to tell you now. Very simple. If any person appears to be a leader by birth, or if any person appears to be a born leader, It is that he or she has got leaderistic parents. That means parents who have created the environment to come their children up with their leadership qualities. That means if you have leaderistic parents, you will be identified as a leader as soon as possible. Wishing you will practice this leadership qualities and you will be considered a leader and you will lead a leader's life. Thank you so much.